How is everybody? How's my sound? Does the sound so profound? What is the going on? What's the going on? So we're gonna put this on. And we wanna put this on. Everybody doing okay? Well, I was going to come on and say more about Tiffany, but that's really that's really just kicking a dead Jody. So I have set up here, if you will. We have we have we have a studio right there. Let's see, I got all the doohickeys and doodads. I'm a real audio junkie. All right. Can everybody hear me pretty good? Pretty good on the mic. Packing the mic of it. Packing the mic of the back of that. Can you hear me pretty good? I'm glad. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Thank you, Crimes. What's up, Lily Rochelle? What's up, baby? Oh, man. So this is a new track. I'm calling it The View. And it's like the view from above, right? It's coming in clear. Great. So it's called The View. It has a lot to do with real life. I have recorded a verse sort of like Martha Stewart does in the kitchen, right? So without further ado, check. Check. Packing up. Okay. So I've got the first verse recorded. I'm not entirely sure that I like the way that it's delivered, but we'll go ahead and run through this next one. Okay. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you too, Miss Reagan. Check it. Yeah, the view. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. My pillowcase is covered with her makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot, blacked out in Vegas. We styled on haters, facing death in these streets, hoping if we had less that it would sustain us. My pockets offers safe and getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with the Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they will forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjamins in suitcases, facing some new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so I tied him up with shoelaces. Wife can't recognize me because I've got at least two faces. I scratched back from those few situations. Now I'm trying to wash this money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Well, yeah, we won the war on drugs. So fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Okay. We've got that. KK, what's up, baby? So, no, I need a little, oh, I have to do it all over again. Oh, I don't, there it is. All right. So let's listen to what we got. Fucking hate us, they hate us. Yeah, it's only the but out in Vegas, we styled on haters, facing death in these streets, hoping if we had less that it could sustain us. 40 Glock in my pocket, off the safe is dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with the Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jay Hoover said, forever remain nameless when Ricochet. Okay. We'll have to run that one back, baby. I just thought I'd bring y'all something different today. Packing the back of that. Ooh, we are hot. Hotter than fish grease. Okay. So. Oh, we got a clip. All right. Here we go, looking ass. Here we go, looking ass. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Yeah. Yeah. I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. We styled on haters, facing death in these streets, hoping with less that it would sustain us. 40 Glock in my pocket, off the safe, it's getting dangerous. Yeah, fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with the Vegas cops, and getting piped down with the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet our vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjamins in suitcases, facing some new cases. Big John forgot the rope, so I tied him up with some shoelaces. My wife can't recognize me, I've got at least 2 faces. Yeah, I scratch back from those few situations. Now I'm trying to wash the money for a new generation. Yeah, and we won the war on drugs. Oh, you didn't hear? We won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Ah. What do you think about that? Yeah, baby. Say, baby. Okay. Let's go ahead. Around me, it's the shake up. This is covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I know these neighbors fucking hate us. They hate us. Yeah. But out in Vegas, we styled on haters. Face six drivers in the streets up in with less than you could stay. Oh, there was a slip. Oh, that one ain't gonna work, baby. I don't do no punching in or whatnot. All right, so let's get rid of this one. One more again. Packing the mac and pap. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Yeah. Fuck you, Ronald. Oop, I missed the drop, baby. I missed the fucking drop. Wait. Bring your ass back here. Bitch! Oh, that ain't what we want either. We don't want that one. We want this one. Check. There we go. Check. Check. All right, here we go. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Yikes. Whoa. Ouchie. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. We styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis and suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash the money for a new generation. Yeah. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you in heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Ah. Ooh, wee. Okay. It's going to change here now, actually. They fucking hate us. Out in Vegas, style Lord haters. Let's see if we can sustain us. Cops and pipe down by the stainless. Ah, they'll forever remain nameless. But of course, they say our vertebrae it isn't painless. Ah, change this for all those these and suitcases. Oh, you don't hear it on the playback? Hold on. Let's do this here. Audio. There's the playback right there, baby. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, you don't want to hear the playback, baby. I know you can hear it now. Oh. All right, here we go. Damn, baby. Hold on, I got a mic hot somewhere. This shouldn't be doing that. Pro Tools. Okay. That joker just hooked back up. Hold on.
With version 2023.3, Pro Tools is now fully qualified to run natively on Apple Silicon. As such, native support is the default state of Pro Tools when installed on an Apple Silicon-based computer. If there are some third-party plugins that are needed for a particular workflow that are not yet available, you can enable Pro Tools to run under Rosetta. To enable Pro Tools to run under Rosetta, select the Pro Tools app in the Applications folder and Get Info. There you will see the option of Open using Rosetta unchecked. Check this option, close the Get Info window, and launch Pro Tools. The splash screen will now display that you are running under Rosetta 2.
I don't want to run under.
To switch back to run Pro Tools natively, just Get Info again on the Pro Tools app, and then check the Open using Rosetta option. Close the window and relaunch Pro Tools. The splash screen will no longer show opening using Rosetta, and will once again open in native Silicon mode.
Thank you very much.
Avid and many third-party plugins support native mode for AAX, but not all of them do so at this time. If a plugin does not have a native Silicon version, it will not load in the native version of Pro Tools. To run any unsupported plugins, you will need to run Pro Tools under Rosetta 2 mode. Visit avid.com pro-tools-silicon-support for more details on the latest supported plugins. We're excited to have a fully qualified version of Pro Tools natively running on Apple M1 and M2 processors for customers on active subscriptions and support contracts.
A lot. That's okay. All right. And for fucking with me, y'all shall forever remain nameless. We'll go ahead and shut this down real quick. All right. So now we'll go ahead and refire this. So okay. Yeah, Big John, he don't even know this is the next track, baby. All right. And for messing with me, y'all shall forever remain nameless. There we go. Toggling between two modes. How is everybody? I think it's your second attempt, maybe. Yeah, Big John doesn't know that this is the next track, so I'm excited to bring this to him. How is everyone? It's the second cam reverb, audio, echo. All right. How is everybody? I had a much better day today. Let's do this real quick. I plugged it wrong. Hi, Miss Persevere. I'm not doing too bad. It's just what it is, you know. It's all part of the. It's all part of the cat and mouse, right? That's all it is. Oh, I just lost her. It's gonna thank you, Miss Crimes. Yeah, I talked to Bo Fizzle quite a few times today. And that's pretty cool. Thank you. Hi, Ms. DB me. How are you? My computer is restarted. So, all right. Yeah, I talked to him, shoot, I don't even know, 4 or 5 times today. He's hit me up out of nowhere, although I don't necessarily think it was out of nowhere, and I'm appreciative of that. Oh, this fucking thing is turning around here. He hit me up and he just prayed for me and all the other jazz, you know. So, oh, now I'll need this one over here. I don't know why this thing does this every time. Just give me a few moments. Everybody get ready for Easter looking ass? Easter? Easter looking ass. Okay. Not that one. I did some running around last night, and man, I went over there and seen that old crazy motherfucker for what? So I do know, as everyone knows, they did demonetize the channel. With that comes some disappointment, but at the same time, I'm really not that disappointed. You know, I went ahead and told Fizzle to take the other monetization off the other channel. And so we have, and everything is what it is. I was shocked, bro, this morning when I went in there and I looked. I pulled up the Benny Keys channel, and I saw that there was no monetization on that other one. I was like, oh boy. And then I had to remind myself, I was like, no, man, you told her to do that. You told her to do it. So we did. Looking at this. All right, here we go. We need the licensed supporter. It's conflicted for whatever reason. I don't know why. It won't even let you uninstall it. You just reinstall it. And I never uninstalled it. So it's this damn Pro Tools. Oh, yeah, bro. It was a weird one. Man, quit that. Keyword? What is a keyword? That is the damn. There it goes. I don't know what the hell is going on. I got a lot of shit going. Anyways, I made a few beats today. Tried to stay away from the internet. And I was thinking about taking it off already. So it really was, I guess, sort of maybe a blessing in disguise. I don't know. But they did say that in 30 days we can reapply. So I guess that's something that we could maybe look into doing if we decided to, but I don't really think that I'm too much worried about it. At all. So let me come over here and into the studio. I'm I'm going to mute this one. Oh, I'm here twice. And twice is nice. All right. So, I don't even know why that's open. There's Avid Link. Oh, Miss Persevere, thank you so much for your contribution this evening, Queen. This morning, Queen, you know it means the world to me, baby. Kesha. Okay. I think I want to work, Coach. I just got too much going on. I may have to. May have to. Ooh. Configured. May have to close it out and do something different. But I just really wanted to reach out and tell you guys that I appreciate all of you. I really do. I appreciate all of these. There's our Pro Tools. She's a finicky gal, but she's gonna dance with the people that brought her. Okay, do you guys put a 1 in the chat if you could hear it good? Hey, how you doing, Miss Pauline? Miss Pauline? How you doing, baby? Let me open up this window real quick. Man, it is hot, bitch. It is so hard to keep this thing cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. All right. Recent debut. Whoa, I'm gonna lose the pants, so. There we go. Jesus. Got enough stuff going on, don't I? Nope, we do not want to detail it. Okay, here we go. Now it's got to do this silly shit all over again. So just give me a minute. It's been a long day, but better now. Am I supposed to hear? No, it's about to play right now. Here we go. But out in Vegas, just out on in haters. Stainless. Yeah, for the Glock in my pocket. Safe about be dangerous. Exchanging shots with these Vegas cops getting stainless. Yeah. You don't hear it? Okay, hold on. Yikes. Ouch.
Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. With the makeup, but on the cool, I bet your neighbors fucking hate me. Yeah, fucking hate me. Yeah. Love is like a crapshoot, blacked out in Vegas. Freestyle, haters and facing death in these streets, hoping less than it sustain us. Yeah, when they clock in my pocket, I'm safe, it's getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet, I'm murder is famous. I wouldn't change this for all the bitches in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope. Tied up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations. And I'm trying to wash the money for a new generation. And we want the war on drugs. Or what you heard? We want the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet they fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crap shoe blacked out in Vegas. We styles on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, for the clock in my pocket, I'm safe, it's getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet, I'm murder, race, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this. For all the bitches in suitcases, I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope. So we tied up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations. And I'm trying to wash the money for a new generation. And we want the war on drugs. Oh, what you
No, we want the war on drugs.
Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
He's still like,
yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crap shoe blacked out in Vegas. We styles on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, I'm safe, it's getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this. For all the business suitcases, I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope. So we tied them up with shoelaces, and my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Yikes. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup, but on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crab shoe blacked out in Vegas. We styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe, it's getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this. For all the Benjis in suitcases, I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope. So we tied him up with shoelaces, and my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash the money for a new generation. Yeah, and we won the war on drugs. Or what you is heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
oh, that's gonna be ugly.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah. Love is like a crash blacked out in Vegas. She styled on haters and faces indefinite hoping with less than it was sustain us. Yeah, 40 o'clock in my pocket, I'll say this getting anxious. Fantasies of being famous. Exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down like this thing. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me because I've got at least two faces. I scratch back from those few situations, trying to wash the money for a new generation. Yeah, we want the war on drugs, or what you in heard? Yeah, we want a war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Yikes. Oh. Ouch. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. Me styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe, it's getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't famous. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me, now I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. Yeah. And we won the war on drugs, or what you is heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Yikes. Ouch. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. Me styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, all safe, it's getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me, now I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash the money for a new generation. Yeah. And we won the war on drugs, or what you is heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
One more time, I'll let y'all go.
Ouchie. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas.
Vegas. Be styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratched back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. Yeah. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Okay.
Yikes. Ouch. Here we go.
Put a bomb factory.
Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. Be styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratched back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Yikes. Oh. Ouchie. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. Be styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less than it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all of it.
You hear the analog? I got an analog. There it is right there. Bitch under control, bitch.
tied them up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratched back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you is heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
Kisses on that beat, little bitch.
Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
Yikes.
Ouchie. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. But on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. Be styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less that it would sustain us. Yeah, for they. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the state. Famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. Yeah. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you isn't heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it is painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you isn't heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. We won the war on drugs. We won the war on drugs. We won the war on drugs. Fuck you. We won the war on drugs. Fuck you. We won the war on drugs. Fuck you. We won the war on drugs. Fuck you isn't heard. Yeah, we won. Yeah, you isn't heard. Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald
Wait just a minute, Benny. Kisses on that beat, little bitch.
Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
Yikes. Ouchie. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. Put on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. We styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less that it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Didn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. New cases.
Oh wait, I almost fucked up, baby.
I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratched back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for this. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. Tied him up with shoelaces. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratched back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. Yeah. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you is heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratched back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you is heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Whoa. Ouchie. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. Put on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. We styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less that it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. Fantasies of being famous. With these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off vertebrae, it isn't painless. I wouldn't change this for all the Benjis in suitcases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied him up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratched back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you is heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan. Whoa. Ouchie. Here we go. Yeah, I earned a break, but things are falling down all around me. It's the shake up. Pillowcases covered with the makeup. Put on the cool, I bet the neighbors fucking hate us. They fucking hate us. Yeah, love is like a crapshoot blacked out in Vegas. We styled on haters and facing death in these streets, hoping with less that it would sustain us. Yeah, 40 Glock in my pocket, off safe is getting dangerous. fantasies of being famous, exchanging shots with these Vegas cops and getting piped down by the stainless. Like Jehovah said, they'll forever remain nameless. When hollows ricochet off of the bracelet is painless. I wouldn't change this for all of the Jesus who cases. I'm facing new cases. Big John forgot to bring the rope, so we tied up with shoelaces. And my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you isn't heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
One more run, I'm gonna let y'all go. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. So, like, if you don't like something right here, and you're not automating, right? Automating is when you are, where is that joker? Where's the automation? So automation is, oh, there it is. Automation follows edit. So all automation, there we go. So what the automation does is it allows you to see a visual line all the way across the track, right? Now, what that's going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to take portions, like, so say it's beefy and loud back here. Well, any vocals like these, you can't. So if you're running it and you raise the volume back here, it raises the volume here. So if you get here and it's too loud and you lower the volume, you're lowering the volume in the front again. So you have to be very mindful. Here is your automation. This is what it would look like, right? So for instance, I can show you how we might put a fade on this. Master fader. We need that. And we'll go in there. So you would just bring it down, right? Now, you're going to go back in. Ooh.
And I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, yeah. What you we won the war on drugs. Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
So you can see when it hits that, when it hits the automation, it's going to start going away. Hear it fade out. So we could even take it back here some. I don't know why that joker's doing that. That's a mess. Anyways.
We tied him up with shoelaces, and my wife can't recognize me now. I've got at least two faces. Scratch back from these few situations, and I'm trying to wash some money for a new generation. And we won the war on drugs. Oh, what you isn't heard? Yeah, we won the war on drugs. Fuck you, Ronald Reagan.
So that's what we got. Anyways, it'll probably be a few days before I have something ready to go for you guys to hear. But I keep running into the same problem, right? My problem is that I want everyone to hear it, and when I don't, I'm not publishing these tracks. So this one, I believe, is going to be the first installment that we are going to publish, John. So we have Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't know I was muted. I guess here in the next couple of months or so, we'll be getting more and more wrapped up. I think we're at 5 or 6 tracks right now. We just did another one called Inception. However, I'm not in love with the way that it sounds, so we're going to go back to the drawing board on that one and revamp the sound. Thank you, Miss Pauline. I'm going to, at this time, I'd like some people to come up if you would. If you have anything to say about what's going on YouTube. I don't even know. You understand me? I do not know what's going on. Hey, Fizzle, I can smoke weed now, right? Right, bro? I can smoke all the weed in here now, right? I ain't gotta ask for it no more. Ooh. I do want to say one thing that 2 nights ago, Carl called me and holy cow, we talked for another 3 or 4 hours, and I'll tell you what, Carl is like the rest of us. You get caught up in your frustration and your anxieties and so on and so forth. And what I've come to find out is that Carl's a pretty good dude. He seems to genuinely care about what's going on with me. He reached out to me today 4, 5, 6 times, and I'm overwhelmed with the sheer number of people that are on a regular basis, religiously trying to get a hold of me. And I'm not avoiding or ignoring anyone. I just been busy with a few different things, and with that means that probably more than likely you're catching me doing some of that other stuff. So you go, night, Lily. Oh, Lily. Oh, Lily. You want me to call you back, or you want me? I'll just call you tomorrow. What time is it? Holy shit, 1:30. Closing time. One last call for alcohol. So drink. Lily's been one of them. Today I had went over my homegirl's house last night, probably about 9, and I messed with a little music, and I started this beat right here. And are they back? Negative. I got up kind of late, I guess, and what the hell is all this shit? Adolf. Woke up kind of late, and when I got up, her house was already, kid moving around, so on and so forth. So I got up, took a shower, did the 3 S's, right? Shit, shave, and shower. And it seemed like quitting time for him came pretty soon. So by the time her son got out of school, I was already moving around, trying to get back over this way. But I Yesterday was a hard motherfucking day. Wasn't no way around that. Please, if you have it in you, continue to pray for me as the weekend approaches. I don't know if I'm manifesting it or if what I think is going on in my head is actually happening. But as a lot of people know what's going on with me and Luca, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to get him again. And I'm just trying to find solace in that because it's not my fault. What's up, homegirl? It's not my fault that I can't see him. I ain't doing nothing. So, the way the laws work here, if you're giving primary or physical custody, you got the game in the bag until you decide to share the ball. So I have been leaning on John Crimes. John Crimes is a really good friend of mine. He's a brother of mine. That fool. And the one thing I love about John is he's not like some people. Some people, if they don't get the response they want from you quickly, they're liable to get mad at you or, whatever. And now John, he's just going to call back again in a little while. If he doesn't reach me then, he's going to call back the next day. Doesn't give up. And so, with that being said, I won't ever give up on John Crimes. He's a good man. I don't know if a lot of you saw it or not. About 2 hours ago, I think. Maybe it was more than that. I went on AB's call-in panel and talked for a good 10, 15 minutes about Tiffany's bitch ass. Now, I only say bitch ass individually because I don't really know her. But I could say if there were anything else Tiffany was good at, she'd be doing it right about now. Because everybody's doing the other things that they're good at. Must be she don't do too much hopscotch or shit, I don't know. Fucking mothering. She is basically running to the web, and what she's doing is she's doing things to elicit a response from me. And she's staring out the whole side of her eye at the whole fucking internet. And I just don't, I ain't got time for it. What else is pressing news? Oh, OG Teddy Montana. Big Dog reached out to me today. He's wrote a book. I think that's phenomenally incredible. Teddy, I know you probably won't see this, but he reached out to me on Instagram and wants me to shoot a video for the launch of his book. And I am humbled beyond words. I have done other video work for Teddy in the past, music video stuff. Him and Stank Tellum, and they classy guys. And I just am really enthused about my friend's progression. Teddy ain't getting no taller, but boy, he got bigger. I don't mean weight wise. He got bigger in the game. You know, um, he is a rather short statured man, but I tell you what. Hey, KCK, if you were to go, um, if you were to go where I'm from, oh, there he is right there. Let me turn this around. Where's the camera here? Okay, so Teddy, I met Teddy 10 years ago, maybe more. Um, and he messes with everybody I mess with. But Teddy, he had a special project that he was working on with a young man named Stank Tellum. Stank Tellum is he's a youngster from South Dallas over by Fair Park, and they put together a hell of a song. It's called "Slow Down" by Teddy Montana. You can check it out on YouTube. Myself and my best friend Dino, we shot it, and it was one of the funner videos that we've done. We had some special effects, but let me tell you really quick what happened. I had an issue with my computer. And what happened was my computer barfed up. So you've got the library side of your video, and then you've got the project side of your video. So my computer had some sort of internal fatal error where it kicked out. I don't remember which side it was. Kicked out, let's say, the project side. So the whole thing will not open up without both sides. You got to have the project and the library. So I had all of the library because I had it stored on a backup, and we had been working on it, and then we left because we went over to Teddy's house to cut the film in front of him, right at his house. So we left, got back home, fired up the computer, and it would not open the session. It was corrupted. So I took it to Apple, and they had it for like a week, and it was they got it fixed, but they could not restore the video, just Teddy's video. So what we had to do is we had to cut it over. We had to go back over to Teddy's. We were almost, probably 3/4 done, maybe more. We went over to Teddy's and we recut the video. And subsequent to Teddy's video, we've had other issues with tech along the way where we've had to recut the video. In those days, with all the heavy duty plugins and stabilizing and rolling shutters and different things, it was taking roughly about 5 to 8 hours per 1 minute of finished film. So we went back over it and we redid it again. And I reached out to Teddy it's been about a week. And I sent him a track. I don't have any music with Teddy, and I want a track in my bank from Teddy. So I reached out to him, and this is Teddy here. On my right, far left, is Teddy. And then if you guys aren't aware, I know a lot of you aren't. There's a young gentleman by the name of Gunnameezy. Gunnameezy is Little Squeak. This shit. Oops, that's Kevin Gates. Little Squeak just got signed. Okay, Big Squeak's in the plaid right there. See him by my thumb? And then
Teddy's in the all black, right? So Little Squeak, he just got, and they call him Gunnameezy, he just got signed to Empire Records. Big deal. He's mainstream now, and it is it's quite the blessing to have someone from our city, someone so close to. I mean, I've worked with him before. I worked with his daddy lots, but he now is just he's just taken off, and it's videos every week, and it's a beautiful thing. His manager is Low Deezy, who is also Yella Beezy's manager. If none of you know who Yella Beezy is, Yella Beezy was signed to the Hit Makers or Hit Factory, which is owned by L.A. Reid and a couple of other constituents. So Gunnameezy is on the way up, and we all knew that he would. The issue was, how much was he worth? No one knew because he was one of those tongue twist rappers. So he had a little trouble with the federales. Did almost 4 years, and now he's home, and he's picking right up where he left off. In fact, I'm actually even considering purchasing a feature from him. I reached out to him about 2 weeks ago, and we chopped it up for a little bit, and he's gonna give me a feature at a fucking rock bottom price. It may not even be that price anymore. It may have already bumped up. So, shouts out to him. It's a beautiful thing for our city, and I'm really happy for him. I'm also a little bit not scared, but apprehensive for him because Empire Records it's owned by an Armenian gentleman. I won't say his name. However, over the course of the last few years, 5 years, of course you had Mo3, but there's been I think Existention was signed to Empire, I think. So you've had some rappers that have been signed to Empire that have been murdered, and it's just it's a little bit scary, So that's where I'm at now. Just trying to maneuver around and stay connected with you guys best I can, and as well as that, try to work on my own stuff. I've got a video coming up for Teddy, and I've once you sort of reemerge, it's going to take off. By come summer, I'll be shooting a couple a week, probably at least. So I'm looking forward to that part. And I wanted to just show you guys basically what it is that I do all day. And you can get a fair appraisal of that, right here. Anyhow, I was going to talk some shit about Tiffany, and I already did that. So I'm not going to do it again. You guys be on the lookout for the Cape Coral video. I have the Taser video of White Boy Lockdown Radio coming. I don't know how long it'll be. This is anywhere from 4 to 10 weeks. So in the meantime, in between time, I'm just going to keep doing what I do, which is this. So I want to thank anyone who donated that I haven't seen. It does mean the world to me. It has always meant the world. And we're going to put it to good use. I've got some more things I need to purchase in order to streamline this whole thing, and every single cent is muy importante. Yes, Miss Pauline. I've been so fortunate. I've been doing this a very long time. Started recording at 13, 14, with my sister's, what is now her ex-husband, and his best friend, who was a really good friend of mine, Bart, who has passed away from diabetes complications. He hit in the oil fields way back in the 90s, and he worked with a geologist, and they identified what is more publicly known as the Eagleford Shale. It is a shale construct underneath the ground. Geologists they found it, and inside of that was a huge oil deposit. And so I think Bart hit for like 2 million back when he was way too young to have 2 million. And so he had studios all over the place. He had a studio, brick and mortar that, if you were a friend of the family, you could just go over there and get the key, and it's every toy you ever thought of. And so that, and I'd like to ask you guys for a favor. Really good friend of mine. His name is Ezra. We grew up together. We all grew up together doing our own version of music and, utilizing studios together. But his name is Ezra Vancil, Vancil. He lives here in the city. Ezra is, when was it? 5 years ago, I think. Ezra, he was voted Folk Americana Artist of the Year, which is kind of a big deal. And he has some of the most phenomenal music that you've ever seen or listened to. Like me, he does it in his house. He'll record it and then he'll take it elsewhere to get, mastered and all that, which I do my own mastering. But he shoots his own videos. There used to be a round robin of us that would get together and all hands on deck. We put together a situation called the Congregation. The Congregation was all regular people who had no formal music training or study before in their life. Were all chosen to be part of the congregation, and were given a position, and you had to learn your position. So he took a bunch of regular weirdos and made them singing weirdos just for one show. The whole show was, follow me, crazy. Can't even do this anymore. It was run on an analog ADAT, right? So it was run on tape, big spools of tape. So it's at a studio here in Dallas, East downtown Dallas. They call it Deep Ellum. It's called Faralog Studios. It is one of the few remaining full analog studios. What that means is like you've been watching me on the faders up here. I just move them up and down. It's the same concept. But you guys see I'm doing it after I record, right? Because it doesn't matter if I do it after or before. I just choose to do it after because I like to hear the change when I start applying treatment to it. When you record in analog, you can't go back to the tape. The only thing you can do with the tape is cut it or lengthen it. So you have to set up your whole EQ show. Every person that's anywhere, they have to be EQ'd in. That way, when they're running the tape and they're recording the vocals and it's shooting back over to the control booth where the tape machine is, that the voices are being duplicated onto the tape correctly, right? Also, during the production, we had to change tape reels on the fly. So it was an experience that when I really started recording heavy, it was sort of the takeover of the digital age. And I worked on a much smaller scale, but the same ideal, and that's the cassette tape. And we had like Tascam 6. We start out with a 6-track. So you can only put 6 sounds in, right? So after you fill up all 6 tracks, you have to bounce it down, take all 6 tracks and make it 1 track, opening up 5 more on the Tascam. And then when you would fill up these 5, you'd bounce them down to 2, and you'd have 4 open tracks. Follow me? So that's the way the Tascam worked. Now they had the larger Tascam setups, but we didn't have that. We had the basic 6-track. So we became very familiar with how to make a lot out of nothing. We had a summer that the mic went out, and a headphone is a 2-way microphone. So what we did was we put the microphone over your mouth like you would your ear, and you just sort of twist the other headphone over and get it in your ear, and you've got the full setup. We recorded our music through the headphone. We made our own sounds. We challenged each other to make tracks out of nothing but household sounds. Glasses clinking together, forks and glasses, basketballs on, when you bounce them, different kinds of materials underneath them to get a different reverb and all that. We did all that. It was before you could go to the internet and put in I don't know, Zaytoven or Metro Boomin or 808 Mafia, which are producer groups that make their own sounds, but they're digital sounds. So they just take a sound that's out there, bring it in, and then they change it a little. But we would make our own sounds way back then, because what came with the machines we had, like I had an MV8000, which was a machine that was an all-in-one studio. It had the beat maker, it had the faders, it would do a light show, but you had to get sounds into the machine through these cards, a lot like the old keyboards, the motifs and the Yamahas and all that. The sounds that you hear are put in through the back on sound cards. And if you were, very active, yes, Pauline, we all challenged each other. Even if it was I come over and mess with the pop and the Americana, and I don't know anything about that music, or Ezra come over or Tim come over or Bart come over and lend me direction on what to do with the trap music or the hip hop. So we all had each other to lean on for a long time. I mean, when we had a tech issue, you didn't have to go through that yourself. We had a whole group of guys that would all put our heads together and figure out why this is doing this. And Bart died, and then Tim, my brother-in-law, my sister's ex-husband, he moved down to Florida, and so it's all disassembled now. But we had a lot of memories. We made a lot of music. And it was a really good time. So I'm going to try to delve back into that really, really heavy. I've been debating on whether or not I want to further my education with the music. I can if I want to. I have all the time, and I've got the money. So I'm seriously considering that, or I want to say that the real Gonzo, if you're out there, buddy, don't let your ass get swear. I had a friend, Kenneth. We call him Rasta. He's a really, 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 really special guy. Rasta and I wrote a short film called Walls and Bridges. It's the walls women put up and the bridges that men have to attempt to build to reach them. It has to do with a biracial woman whose father was a police officer who was killed in the line of duty. So later on in life, she becomes a guitarist, and she's in a relationship that's abusive, and she would go to this bridge every day or every time she was abused, and she would sit there, and there's a man who also is a musician, and they don't even know each other exists. The man is a songwriter, and he's stumped. She's writing songs because she's got all this emotion, all this crazy emotion. And she's writing them and putting them inside of a bottle and then throwing them off the bridge. They go down into the water. Well, this guy starts finding the bottles, and he's pulling the songs out, and he's playing them, and he's learning them, and he's playing them, and he's learning them. And he ends up at a bar because he's an alcoholic. And if you can imagine a musician at the bar, he's probably got a cigarette going in a couple of ashtrays and beer bottles quarter mile long. He's got all his papers spread out everywhere, and he's writing. And all of a sudden, he hears the most beautiful voice he'd ever heard. But she's singing his songs. And he turns around and he realizes that she must have found the bottles. So he runs up there and they play. The next frame before it quits is, imagine like a tent, but you're underneath the sheets on the bed. They're underneath the sheets together, like two little kids would be, and then they kiss, and it goes away. It's an end. It's a short film. My friend Rasta, that helped me write it. Ezra also helped write some. Ezra was going to be the lead man, but then things took off. He was trying to chase down a record deal out of New York. The Congregation that I spoke of was a show we put on for specifically his manager. His manager, I won't say who, but his manager is the manager of and has been the manager of many, many, many class act mainstream artists. So Ezra couldn't work on it anymore, and not to mention Ezra is big into AA. Him and his wife. He's a sponsor. They go all over. They cart people around. Well, my friend Rasta was not. He drank a lot, and we went to one of these writing parties that the three of us had, and Rasta was toasty. And Ezra kind of came to me and he's like, dude, like, this isn't going to work. And I was like, I know, man. Like, I thought that we might be able to keep it under control until we got out of here. But Rasta just couldn't. When it was time to drink, he would drink, even if it was at an AA sponsor's house. So I told Rasta after we left, that it was probably not going to work out and that we needed to find another lead man. The issue with the lead man stuff is that Ezra was going to write the song that was going to be essentially the Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga song of the movie. And you can't have just any BS song. You got to have a slap. You got to have a hit, damn near. So when Ezra left, he also took the ability to create this song, whatever it was going to be. Rasta sold his house shortly after, and he moved to Dover, Delaware, where after living there a very short time, got into an argument with his landlord, which his landlord left and came back with another gentleman, and Rasta was murdered. He was beaten to death in the head with a stone. And that is sort of where a lot of things turn for me, because my mom and Rasta, my mom would tell Rasta that he was her Peter Pan, and he would say to her, you're my Neverland. And they just had this thing, and they connected. And I see her on a Sunday or a Saturday morning, and she's getting ready. Where are you going? Oh, Rasta's going to pick me up for breakfast. And they go over to Bishop Arts, which is an artist community by downtown Dallas, and they would have a fancy breakfast in his convertible Jeep, and then they come back. So I say all that to say that I pitched, a lot of you may know, a lot of you may not know, the real Gone Gonzo is a film producer. He's a story writer. He's many things under one hat. And I reached out to Gonzo after maybe the third song with John, because every song I had sent it to him, and he's like, "Well, you guys are really ramping up." And I said, "Yeah, I it's going to take a shape. I just don't know what shape it's going to take." So pitched the story to Gonzo, and Gonzo's a really busy guy. He's always on the move. He lives on the road, basically. He's in the realm of geology, although he is not a geologist. That's all I'll say. So I pitched the story to him. Of course, Gonzo is not a singer, but Gonzo has a particular look. He's got not a uniform, but a very synonymous look as Ezra. Ezra's got the long hair. Sometimes he paints his nails. He just does whatever the fuck he wants to do. Gonzo's just like that. And so I pitched it to Gonzo, and Gonzo, he accepted. So with this, and there's more that I can't disclose for purposes of keeping a musician safe that's close to me. I do believe we've worked out where we're going to try to get this song from, or who's going to help us compose it. I don't care where it gets recorded. So I have a person that's just recently made a series of big musical advances. He's a very young guy. He's got autism. He just did a song with Macklemore. And he's my nephew. And I'm not going to say anything more than that. So his dad came over. My brother came over about 10 days ago. It was the same day that I had the long talk with Gonzo. And I think that we're going to try to work something out with getting a song composed. And then with that, what the hope is to get the film into South by Southwest Film Festival, which would then in turn really boost what my nephew has going on, whatever Gonzo has going on. And for me, it'll just be something that I've been trying to put together for 6-7 years now. I've always wanted to have a film in a film festival, especially South by Southwest. It is the premier film festival. So I think with the way that I plan on having all of this put together, that we should be able to shoot the film in maybe as little as 5 days. The song could take months, or it could take no time. I don't really know yet. So I just wanted to tell everyone that there's my nephew is my nephew has a record deal with a very well known rock and roll um, record label and distribution company, marketing company, and he now currently lives in LA. His mom, my sister-in-law, if any of you listen to Vampire Diaries, the song that comes on while it's starting up, that's her song. Um, that is my sister-in-law. She's a phenomenal musician. So my nephew does all his own production, like me. He doesn't shoot and edit all his own videos, but he does most of the um, the treatments and stuff like that. But with the music, I'm told he does his own production. So um, it's something to look forward to. Now, if it doesn't work out, I tell you what, Benny Keys will be trying to write a pop track. I can do it. I can do it. But that's what's to look out for. We may try to get this. May try to get this film somewheres where we can, get it monetized in a way where it can help pay for itself back. But with that, the laws of film dictate that if you want to be in a film festival, audio is number one. People will stay and watch something that isn't the best candy for the eye. People will not stay and listen if they can't hear well or it's not good audio. They're not going to stay. So that poses a challenge for me being the audio guy and Gonzo being sort of the lead fella as well as the probably the camera guy. That's it. Whistle while you alert. That's it. I had the initial ideal that the whole film would be black and white until the woman starts to find these letters in the bottle in the water, right? It's sort of as if like with her finding, like everyone's life's black and white until she starts finding these letters, and it starts, maybe she finds the letter and you get a flash of color and then back to black and white. And then that could really, really streamline the film so that we don't have to go through color corrected, and you can just shoot it black and white and pop out color when you need to. So I think it'll be about a 35 minute film is what I want to it's what I want to broth it down to. And I whatever proceeds it can accrue. My friend Rasta had 3 children, Zion and Kennedy. I don't remember the oldest daughter's name. I have to think about that. But I'd like to take that money and put it into an account for them. Their mother is married to a Dallas police officer, so they're okay. But I know that Zion, his son, really had a hard time after his dad died, and I've not spoken. In fact, I did not even go to the funeral. My mom went to the funeral without me, and took one of Rasta's paintings back to the family. She had bought a painting from him. He would do sort of Afro-Americana stuff. You might symbolically paint, lonely or singular rather, African-American people in pictures, whether it be next to Adolf Hitler, whatever. So he is a good painter, and she took the painting back and gave it to the family, back to the family. So I would like to, I would really like to be able to put something away for his kids that came from his works. In fact, let's do this really quick. I'll read you a poem of his, and then we'll close up for tonight. His first book was called The Black Pelican Diary. Rasta grew up in South Dallas, South Oak Cliff, and he got enrolled or involved in some program where if he stipulated it, if he went through the program correctly, he would get a scholarship to Southern Methodist University where he could play football. So this guy who played football and got a degree in literature for free, no charge to himself. All right. So what we got here, The Black Pelican Diary. Where is Concrete Jungle? We started before he died to put his works, take things out of this book, and he had the vision of me reading them. So we did one before he died. I'm gonna do it like this. Check this out. I'm sorry, it's very. Actually, hold on. Wait a minute. Give me just a second. You guys like this? Okay. Let me mute that. There it is.
There you go. Thank you. You too. If it doesn't, then it wasn't meant to be. I want to thank everyone who joined us this evening. Thank you. To get my ass to bed. Got a lot of stuff to do. I love all of you individually. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.